Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Curtis Voigt here from Badger State Restoration in Plymouth, Wisconsin. Curtis, thanks for jumping on with me.
Oh, thank you so much, Stacie. This is great.
I already had a great time talking to you. We had a fun conversation, but in reality, you're dealing with some really tough stuff in life.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to talk about Badger State Restoration and how you truly help people.
Yes. Well, we specialize in fire damage, water damage, mold, mildew, storm damage, anything that could ever happen to your property. That we are there to take it from what happened back to what it was, and usually better. So it is crazy some days, what we're dealing with and what we're helping people through. Sometimes it is just absolute, the smallest of things, from a little water in the basement to something as major as a massive house fire, or something along those lines. So we really kind of take, people from their worst days to their best days, if you will. So
I absolutely love that because it can be so stressful when these different things like fires, flooding. We talked about a skunk getting into a basement of a house. That can be crazy stressful and a really good story, by the way, later on, right?
good reality TV kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So you've been in business 12 years now. What were your plans when you started your business and how have they changed?
Wow, plans in the beginning. Pretty humble stuff in the beginning. Started out of my garage and really just wanted to help people and wanted to work at a place that didn't feel like I was a number, and really just wanted that openness to be able to just, really take people from their worst day to their best day. And so started it small, and started building a team, and just really kind of still true to this day is all we care about is helping people through it, making it easy, keeping transparency going, and just really, like really going for it, and caring. That was the thing, like just caring about it. I mean, that's more than half of what we do, is not only just helping you through that damage, but it's helping you through that process, and talking about your, where you're living, when this is all happening, and challenges you're going to go through, and all the stuff like that. So it's just, all of those things are just kind of that kind of all wrap into why we keep doing it. And where we started from and where we're growing now has really just been, we've kind of scaled. We've just gotten bigger, been able to help more families and more in more areas, really. So it's just wonderful.
Absolutely. Well, and I think about, we talked earlier, like one of my friends, her parents had a house fire and, they lost so much, but when you're able to
Right.
help them through it, to listen to them and to really get to them to a point where they feel safe and taken
Right.
care of, that, I mean, you can't put a dollar amount on just getting back to that safety, right?
Right. 100%. I mean, like, that's the thing, like you said, I mean, we were talking about that before, even though this is our business, it's what we all, it's our livelihood. We don't wish major damages on to anybody. Honestly, we love when damages come in that are a quick turnaround, very low life disruption, where we can come in there, take care of it, get you back to where you were. You're not messing up your schedule and having to live in a different house, or, oh my gosh, the things that people have to go through. Like you said, I mean, we were talking about it too. I mean, I've been doing this for, I mean, not only the 12 years of owning this, I worked for another company, 5 years before that. And I've never actually personally, can't tell you what it would feel like to go through, a massive house fire, and just know what that, I'd just be looking for a person like me, I guess. That would want to care about it and really go that extra mile, and help me through it, because like you said, that's the thing. There's just so much unknowns, and there's so much going on, that's why we have so many people behind the scenes that are working so hard every day on people's, property damages and losses. So
Well, and what I loved too, you've got 16 strong now, and your idea in the office is just to keep it calm and fun because you go out into this world and have so many crazy things that happen. Like, how important is that? That leads me into our next question. What is the biggest way you impact the community? Because you're impacting it so many different ways. And I'd love for you to also share what you do on Wednesdays. So talk to
oh
me
yeah.
about what you do in the community, just let's talk.
But yeah, like you said, I mean, you hit it right on the head there. Like, outside these walls, it is just crazy out there. You don't know, not only from customer personalities to the actual project in it itself is just some of the oddest things we deal with. But I mean, yeah, community. I mean, we're always trying to be a part of sponsoring different events, community events, getting more people to know who we are. Because I think, I still have family members after I've owned this for 12 years and worked in this industry 15. They think I restore cars, or
Oh,
I only work on old churches or something. I'm like, nope, not at all. Actually, man, nope, not at all. Like I don't restore cars. I'm not a restoration guy that way. We do we bring houses back, and so it's always just getting more of the actual public to know what we do, and that it's available. Because I'll tell you, before I was in this industry, I never thought there'd be enough work to have a job doing just fires or the what have you. So but yeah, so between sponsorships and different entities that way, one of the big things like you were talking about we do is on Wednesdays we sponsor food trucks come and take over our parking lot, and they've been doing that for almost 8 years now. Anywhere from 5 to 12 trucks will be out there, and it's just such a family oriented night. And from 4 to 8 they come. Right behind us is there's a Tom and Jerry's the mini golf course. So
oh,
I mean,
fun.
you can go from eating food and having some ice cream to walking over there and doing batting cages and mini golf. And it's just, I mean, honestly, being a father of three myself, it's like, what are we doing Wednesday? Well, we know what we're doing Wednesday. It's like every Wednesday, and coming down and being a part of that. And then we couple that too with a lot of like Big Brothers Big Sisters, a bunch of different organizations that we work with come in, and they put up their stands and people donate, and then we contribute to that donation too. It's just, we love it. It's just, yeah, every summer we can't wait for summer to start for that reason.
Totally. I absolutely love that. You're bringing, from let's look at from a business cultural point of view. You're bringing your team together to enjoy like just good times and good food and helping other
Yeah.
people and bringing businesses together to support those other businesses. And then also really, really important, you have an opportunity to talk about what you do. Because I mean, you talk about the flooding, if a hot water heater breaks or a fire or whatever else, but you talked about like biotrauma, and then you can share some of the stories afterwards when somebody's in a really stressful situation, like, oh my God, a skunk got into my house, it sprayed everything everywhere, like you talked about. But then I gotta imagine if that family comes back to the food truck after everything's taken care of, like
But
you guys can laugh about it.
right. So many times. I mean, and that's the thing, especially, you're dealing with somebody in such a stressful situation that, I mean, and to you, it's a normal day. It's an everyday,
Yeah.
and which is, that's where we try to bring that calmness to it of like, there's some steps we have to do. Here's how we're going to do that. I mean, there's big things happening because you're dealing with, the big insurance companies through this all, and trying to understand that, navigate that. And in the end, like, there's so many times where we get done with projects and we joke all the time of like, you're going to be so happy when we leave. Like, we don't want repeat customers. Don't call us again.
Right.
And so many people will be like, I can't believe you'd say that. I'm like, you have no idea how everyone loves it, because they're like, I don't ever want to do this again. I'm like, no, I appreciate that.
Right. Oh my gosh, I love that. You're gonna be so happy when we leave. Like, I
Right. You're
don't
just
see
gonna be
you again,
so,
unless
yeah.
it's a food truck.
Yeah, right. Unless right, exactly. Like taillight warranty, they're happy about, because they're like, don't ever come back. Not because we do a bad job, because they just never want to deal with that stress,
Oh,
that damage, because I mean, I'll tell you, we over the years, just from being in it so long, we have worked with customers sometimes a number of times, and it becomes like a family a little bit, because you've sometimes I mean, we've had it where we work with people for so long, and sometimes it could be a 2-year process to get a house back together.
yeah.
And you could see kids like grow up a little bit as that's happening, or they got a new dog, or like the what have you. And then you come back years later and you see where the house was, what we did, and now the new damage that's there, which is a bummer. But we're here
Yeah.
to help do that. And kind of like what you were talking about, like, the family, like, they're going off to college, and like, oh my gosh, I remember when they were little. Like, we're not even like, what's happening?
Totally. Oh, and how great is it that they know you so that they trust you, and then if they have to make that call or refer a family member or friend,
Yeah.
they can be 100% confident that you're going to take care of them. So
Yeah.
so cool. I love that. So that takes us into my next question. What is one challenge that you have faced over the past 12 years that other business owners could learn from?
Wow. Um,
I
well,
mean,
the
you're
big,
getting challenged every day, right?
I
So like
mean,
so
wait, the phone's ringing. Hold on, I'll be right back. I mean, honestly, a challenge that I would think that, I mean, it's really, it's the team mentality. I have been absolutely honored to have, I have a handful of people that have been with me for almost 10 years,
Wow.
and they're really the ones that help build this company. And I mean, I am humbled by being a part of it. I joke all the time when there's so many times where people will say, well, wait, you're the owner? I'm like, yeah, I know. Not like your typical guy, like typical owner guy. And because I feel there's such a team that goes into this, that one single person matters greatly, don't get me wrong, but you really need the team. And and that's like that philosophy has really stuck with me, of just like surrounding yourself with people that are better than you, and accept that and know that and trust in them and just empower them. And like you said, you invest in them, they will invest in you. And like you said, keep things, be calm, try to like listen and understand and figure out a situation, because people are going to make mistakes. It happens every day. And sometimes actually those mistakes are why we're getting a call to a house, or why we even have a job that day. Somebody forgot to take turn that water off or shut this down or what have you. So but yeah, I mean, just that surrounding people that are better than you is just probably the biggest thing I could tell any business owner. Just accept it, know it. You're not, there are people that just really can do things.
I love that you say that, like we talk about ego kills dreams. So there's
Yes.
owners that just have such a big ego. It doesn't work out for anybody, right?
It does not. No, I mean, like you said, that's some of the things where, again, that's where a lot of people don't even realize. I quote unquote own this, and a lot of I actually, the most humbling experience half the time for me is when people go, "Are you guys so you guys are a franchise? So there's multiple Badger State restorations all over like the Midwest." I'm like, "Yeah, this is the home base for the world headquarters here." Like, no, we're just one location. I mean, there's always dreams of something bigger, but I mean, it just, like you said, because so many people care about it and are a part of it, and they get invested in it. Like you said, like you meet these customers and you just feel for them, and you wish you were never there. I mean, there's so many times where you're like, I am so glad we got to meet. You were wonderful. I wish we weren't meeting because of this, but
Yeah.
we are. Let's figure it out together and work together on this, because there's challenges ahead. And so that's just, yeah, amazing stuff.
Thank you for sharing that.
Oh yeah.
You talked about you're the world headquarters in Plymouth, Wisconsin. What does the future look like to you? And do you have an exit plan?
Oh, an exit plan. That's right. I saw that as the question. That was an interesting one. What does it look like for me? Honestly, it's to just keep getting, every job. Like, I know we talk about it, like every job is coming in is almost new to us. In essence, there's a lot, that comes in that just, there's a new turn to that one or a new twist. And you kind of just like always go back to like the process, right? You want to get better at getting it clear to the customer. Um, Not only the customer, to the insurance company, packaging it better,
Mhm.
just making it smoother, because there's, like you said, we used to just kind of like get jobs and go. And sometimes so many people are just like trying to ride the coattails of like, what is happening? Where are we going? I don't understand. And you kind of forget that, oh yeah, we should probably sit down and really have like a beginning to end, talk
That's
of how this should
awesome.
go, or how we would like it to go. Here's like pitfalls we can see. And like you said, just trying to get our process better, because the better we get our process, the smoother the projects go, the more we can take on, the more families we can help, and just overall to be able to grow. I mean, that's where we would want to be. Exit plan, you know I've always had this dream of like, the empowerment, like when I talk about the empowering of my employees and my team is, gosh, one day I would love it to be where we just all work together on this. An employee, owned business kind of a situation. And these are big thoughts and dreams, but it's because it matters that much. It isn't just you pick up the phone and you do this. It's the care you put into that phone call, and the understanding you get to that customer. And I mean, that goes from the easiest things to the hardest things. So yeah, I mean, exit plan, my 9-year-old son he's like, Dad, I'll take it over whenever you want. He's
Nice.
ready.
Every
All
Wednesday
ready.
night, I'll be there.
He's ready to go. But we'll see. I mean, honestly, it's I just love growing a place that I'm growing with the people that are here, and you know, and it keeps getting better every year, you know.
That's so cool. And you keep helping people. Like you know, like I can think of a handful of situations with different friends that have just had crazy experiences, including, you know, my own.
Yeah.
And to have somebody that you can know and trust, and it just it feels good. So I'm so excited we got to have this conversation. So
Oh
my
gosh,
final
yes.
question for you, Curtis, all subjects open, what inspires you most?
Good question. Well, I mean, you know, my family. I mean, I obviously, I mean, they're my heart and soul. They're everything. And then, you know, top on that, I've, you know, I keep saying it, but my team, you know, like it's, I mean, working with people that care about you and you care about them, and they care about what we're doing. It just makes days easy. Days fly by a little bit. You know, you're not challenging each other. You're pushing each other in good ways, and not, you know, bad ways in that sense. And you know, I mean, and honestly, just the inspiring is, I mean, we just feel like superheroes every day. I know, like, it
Oh,
sounds real silly to say, but I mean, you just get this call and you just get this energy about, you know, like somebody's water heater, you know, like that, you know,
yeah,
that or whatever it
total
is. You go there
adrenaline,
and
right? Gotta
you just
help.
come in there with a cape, you know, and like, what do we need? You know, like, how do we fix this? And you know, it feels so great because, you know, in the end, you know, to them, it's just like the worst day. It is the absolute worst thing that could happen to them because it's going to be at the most inconvenient time. And yet here we are. I mean, I've had customers that just throw us the keys and go like, let me know when it's done. And, you know, and I've had other customers that are right there with us the whole time. And the whole time you just feel like you're just helping them every step of the way. And it just, I mean, you're like filling buckets, you know, like you just fill in their bucket, they're
Oh,
filling yours.
yes.
And it just feels, it just, that feel is, I don't know, you can't, that's what I say, you can't really get that in most businesses sometimes. And then that's why I say it just feels like so great because of, not only because of my family, but family I have here at work, and just all kind of just like, we're just filling buckets all day.
I love that. That's so cool. Very inspiring. If you decide that you're done with your business someday, you can always write a reality TV show or, and
Based off of this, I bet.
yeah,
That'd be
based
good.
off of this. And then I also think about you could also have like cape uniforms that they can't actually wear for
You
safety
can't
reasons.
wear them. Yeah, no, you
But
won't wear
at the beginning of the day, they come in. No,
I'll
just
tell you, we joke about that all the time about that reality TV show. I mean, because there's just times where you won't you can't make this stuff up. You know, you jokingly like, you can't even make this up. We have that happen weekly here.
oh my goodness. Well, if somebody has something for you that they need to get in contact with you, you know, like having hard time with fire, flooding, you talked about biomedical trauma, all different kinds of things that you take care of. What's the best way for them to contact you, Curtis?
Boy, honestly, it's probably a phone call, a stopping in. I mean, you could go on our website too, badgerstaterestoration.com. They'll give you a bunch of information, but I mean, our doors are open every day. You know, you could be here. I mean, we're a 24-hour business, so every time you call, you get a person. They'll take your information, and someone will call you back within, you know, minutes.
Oh,
No matter what time of the day or night. And you know, and yeah, stopping in too. I mean, we love that. You know, see you on Wednesday nights for food trucks. You know,
so
and stuff like that. It's fun.
absolutely. Well, keep growing. It was such a pleasure getting to learn about your business, and I'm excited to share that with so many people. You're doing great
Well, thank
work in
you.
this world. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. This is a lot of fun.
So fun. Thank you. Take care.
Yep. Bye now.